Hello, 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 Libras. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is good. Everybody's fine. I am back, at least for a while. I apologize for being away. Thank you so much for sticking in there with me. It's been a really rough couple of months, I'll be honest. It's, having to stop doing a couple of things that I absolutely love and listen to Divine and go where he wants me to go has been really a challenge because I walk into a toxic environment and trying to lift up and love on people does get draining where there wasn't love as much before. So it's been a really interesting journey. So I get very drained, and even though I try to come on and do a reading, I'm like, I just don't have it in it, and that's not fair to you. So I wouldn't do the reading. So hopefully my new way of doing things will you like it, and we'll just get started. So this is for the 15th through the 21st. So for those of you that are brand new, I am going to do current energies. And I'm going to do future energies. This is a general reading, so it may resonate with you, may not. However, this has also got a card in here that no one else does. It is Divine's card. I have a special deck for him, and it is the message that he gives to you while you're coming to tarot, while you're looking for the answer. Okay, so hopefully this will be helpful to you. All right, so we're going to get started here. And let's see, which deck do I want to use? Okay, so it's interesting. So I'm going to go by these three oracles here with the divines in the current and the future first. So for his energy, he's got the number 10. So most of you know I do numerology on top of it. We've got two 10s and a 5. So in your divine's card, it's a 10. Your current energy is a 5, and your future energy is a 10. What does that mean? It's a very probably uncomfortable time because we have the full moon for one in Taurus, but we also have a lunar eclipse, and we also have a trine happening with Mercury and 3 planets, which means a lot of communication, maybe a little bit of arguing, a lot of bit of uncomfortableness because maybe you're sharing stuff that you haven't shared that needed to get shared, things of truth that needed to come out that maybe you were just not being 100% honest about, or somebody coming to you that they weren't 100% honest. This is the time that comes out. So this is the ending of some type of energy for you and the starting of a new one. It's like I did with Taurus here. It's sort of like if you've got a bunch of flies, it's summertime and flies are coming in, you got your door open and flies are coming in and out, and you don't like the flies, then you have to shut the door to stop the flies from coming in. That is what's happening right now. Things are stopping and resetting and starting so that, okay, now is it clear? Is it fall and winter where there's no flies that we can open the door and we're good to go? So something is ending, something is beginning. So, and it's uncharted seas, it's uncharted waters. You just sort of like, okay, I'm not quite sure where this is going. It doesn't matter if you know where it's going, you've got to allow it to manifest. Okay, this is something that is supposed to be transforming you into a newer level, a newer life, newer joy, newer peace, newer calmness, newer whatever it is for you. If you look at the ocean, it's not a stormy ocean, it's just a changing ocean. It is something that is probably just moving along and is quite flowing. You're not going to see it, but the bird there, the pelican, is just hanging out and going with the flow. That's what you need to be doing. And you need to just be saying, wherever divine you want to take me, take me. Okay. And be serious about that, because that is definitely something that he is going to do. It's not a comfortable feeling. It's like a novice when you start something new. It's very uncomfortable. It's not it's not an easy feeling, but once you learn something, then it becomes easy peasy, right? So it's that comfortable, uncomfortable newness that you're like, oh, I'm excited, but I'm not excited. I'm a little nervous, but man, I'm a little scared, but I'm really excited in a good way, that kind of a thing. But that is the number 10. So something's closing, something's finishing up, and something new is going to come if you allow it. Some people won't allow it, and then you'll be stuck in your same cycle that you're in. The current energy for this week with this full moon energy and everything that is coming up, there is a lot of releasing that needs to happen. Clean house, release the emotional baggage. Okay. He's like, can you release emotional baggage? But it's all about the number 5. It's uncomfortable to release people that you've been around or something that you've been doing, or saying, you know what, I can't do that anymore. Or right now, maybe I shouldn't be doing that anymore. This is sort of like everything that I've been doing in the last, well, 2 years. I've been really moving forward and trying to run my own business again, but it's just not quite there. So I have to give something up in order to make that continue to happen, but at a slower pace. Everything is slow. Nothing with this full moon and this eclipse. Well, it's intense and it's going to accelerate, but it's going to accelerate. I don't know how to explain this. It's going to accelerate, but it's not going to accelerate to the point where you're like, oh, wow, I can't hold on to the seat. It's like a roller coaster that takes off, 0 to 60 and 2.0, kind of a thing. It's sort of that energy, but then it's sort of like moving in slow motion. It's going fast, but it's also moving slow. I can't explain it. It's an energy thing. Um, but you really have to release the baggage, release whatever it is that's holding you stuck. Okay. I'm not going to go into that anymore. If you're stuck, what's keeping you stuck. It's time to get rid of it. All right. So we have the future energy again is a number 10. Again, it is something trying to change. This is about synchronistic events. Okay. This is about the dots connecting and taking you to a new level. These dots are connecting to move you up. Now, if the dots are connecting and nothing's happening, that is time to reevaluate. That is time to look at the truth, because that's your first card out. Okay. That is your first card out. Being your first card out, the King of Swords is about looking at the truth. Now, the sword has two sides. It has truth and it has lies. It has good, it has evil, whatever you want to look at it. It has positive, it has negative, because it's a double-edged sword. This is a double-edged sword. So it is up to you in how you want to look at it. You can either look at it in absolute truth and keep moving forward up, or you can actually look at it and say, you know what, that's full of crap and I don't want to do that. That's fine. Then you can just stay stuck. Okay. And then you can let your cycle keep going. And then I'll see you next year about this time. Anyway, we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. And we also have the Queen of Swords in the center. So in the very beginning, you have the King, and you have in the very beginning, you have the King, and then the center, you have the Queen. So you have a power couple in truth. So somebody, thank you. So somebody is being pounded to tell the truth or walk their truth, their authentic you. We should be walking our authentic you. Otherwise, you're walking a lie. So if you're hiding something, if you're not sharing something, and if you're in a relationship and you're not being fully disclosing to that person, you're lying. You're lying. And then you're wasting somebody's time. It's like putting the peacock feathers on and being good and happy all the time. You can't be good and happy all the time. That's that person that always laughs and is happy. They're living a lie, because nobody can live that way. Nobody does live that way. We're human. We have sadness. We have pain. We have sorrow. We have happiness. We have joy. We have all of those elements. So if somebody's always happy, they're living a lie. And that's what this is about. This is about to bring you fruit. This is about the uncharted waters to actually begin to do that. Okay. Somebody's going to be traveling to this, and it could be a physical travel. It could be something that is traveling to someone and sharing the truth. Maybe for somebody, thank you. For somebody, they haven't shared that they really love them the way that they do. Maybe they're in love with them and they haven't shared that. And maybe I feel like there's a triangle, like somebody loves somebody else, and there's this person that is truly, truly, truly in love with this person and has no idea that they truly are in love with them. And that person is only loving this other person because they don't know, because they actually are in love with this other person. But if you don't share that you're in love with somebody, they're not going to know. You're going to waste time, and you're going to waste potential opportunities, and you're wasting potential opportunities for them. So if you were to say, I really love you, I'm in love with you, and this person says, really? Oh, so am I. But then there's with another person, you've just opened an opportunity for that true love to actually happen, and for that person to release this other person so that person can go find true love rather than wasting each other's time. Does that make sense? I don't know who that's for. So it's like a triangle. These two people really love each other, but they don't know that they really love each other. And this person, unfortunately, is getting their time wasted because somebody isn't patient, doesn't want to wait to know if they're going to tell you. Speak it. Say what you mean what you say. This is really, really huge with the full moon energies. Please, please, please say what you mean what you say. Okay. Because in the future energy, we have another king. We have a lot of kings in here. So a lot of authority. You have authority and power to do that. And the synchronistic events will open the door for you to share that and release the burden. For somebody who doesn't want to change, doesn't want to move, this is your challenge card. You're not going to release your burden. You're going to stay heavy because it's not going to end. It's the number 10 because you're just letting that cycle. We've got 3 number 10s here. Something is ending. Something is really ending for somebody. Something is a door. I just feel like there's this big door opening up. It's like 2 French doors opening up because somebody said, okay, I'm going to pay attention to the synchronistic events. I'm going to pay attention to what my heart is telling me, and I'm going to tell the truth and walk in the truth. And I'm going to release this crap that's behind me, and I'm going to move forward. I don't know who that's for, but that's what I feel. That's what I hear. It's like somebody is ready to break through. That's that uncharted sea because you haven't broke through yet. But when you break through, you're just going to see those French doors open up, and you're going to see all this love pour out and come back at you. Woo, I got goosebumps for somebody. Woo, because you got truth right at the center. You got truth in the beginning. You got truth all the way through. This, and it's to release this heaviness, this loneliness for somebody. All right. Are these upside down? No. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is in reverse. 4 of Cups. Definitely. 4 of Cups and King of Swords. It says it all. We got the King of Swords right out of the chute again. I'm just going to keep repeating myself. The new thing is we've got the 3 of Wands in reverse, and then we also have the 4 of Cups. What is the 4 of Cups about? Releasing. Releasing. Because this is an energy that is bringing depression, anxiety, frustration, panic attacks, grief, sadness. This is an energy that needs to be let go. And also for somebody, I don't know who this is for, with maybe that triangle I was telling you about, this is a time where you're creating your own frustration, you're creating your own nightmares, you're creating your own unstableness because of the way that you're thinking. And meaning that you're focusing in on, oh, should I tell him? Should I not tell him? Should I tell him? You're creating your own dysfunction. And this is something that you just need to grab the bull by the horns, say, you know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. And you're going to look me in the eyes and you're going to tell me the truth. And you let that bull go and see if he charges you or see if he lets, and comes in loving. Because charging, he could sit there and stand up and give you a big hug rather than bulldoze you over. But that's the thing is, grab the bull by the horn, take that, look at that, synchronistic events that are happening. Now, if it's in the reverse, that's okay too, because that means it is supposed to happen so that new things can come in that are for you. So maybe there's a situation that, because we've got the number 10 all over, and somebody's not happy about it, somebody's depressed about it because they're not looking at the truth of it. They're looking at a fantasy. This is really intense energy this week because of the full moon and the eclipse. Somebody's looking at this through fantasy eyes, through rose-colored glasses. You need time to wake up, time to see what reality is, time to walk in reality, time to walk in truth and say, you know what? They maybe just don't like me the way that I like them. And if you want to, ask them. That's the only way you're going to know. You got communication all over here too. You need to ask them, hey, are you interested in me in that way? You might be surprised. I just had that happen to me. It's like, well, you never asked me out on a date. And I'm like, you have told me that that's not how you're interested in me. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I'm actually interested. And I'm like, should have said it earlier, kind of a thing. So don't walk in fear. That's fear. That's fear. Okay. That's definitely fear. So you don't want to walk in fear at all. Fear will hold you back. Fear will keep you stuck. Fear will not allow these synchronistic events to happen that are supposed to be happening. Divine has a journey and a path, and he gets stuck because we make really, really poor choices and we allow this current energy, the emotional baggage, to hang around. That should be gone. I will tell you right now, things are mostly in your life for a season. There's maybe one or two things in your life for a lifetime. So please get used to things stopping and starting, ending and moving on. Once you begin to learn this lesson in life, especially at my age of 62, if you realize that things are, you will learn to let go much easier, because it's like, okay, what was the purpose that this person was in my life? And I loved on them, I gave to them, and you know what? I'm thankful for them, that I had the dance with them for that short of time. Will you see them again? Maybe, but the thing is, it's changed. It's like people who fall in love and are in love, and then they realize that, we're really probably not supposed to be together. So you make that decision not to be together, and then you actually be friends. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, we made a mistake. We're really not that good together. We're better friends than we are in a relationship, because God didn't put you together for that. They put you together for support and love in that way, but didn't mean that you're there for an actual intimate marriage relationship. Humans do that way too much and get in the middle. All right. So I'm going to do a full moon card here. And I will definitely, hopefully, this is going to release a burden that's been holding you back, whatever it is. So please release it. Please, whatever it is that is going on, please release it, because this is somebody holding it back. Other people are going to embrace it. Yeah, I really need to share that information. I really need to tell them. I really need to do that so I can move on. It's about you in moving on in your journey. It's about you getting the rewards and the love that you want. It's uncharted and it's unknown, and it's scary because you're not paying attention to the future energy, the raven. You're not letting your wings spread and fly. You're holding your wings in and you're staying on the ground. All right. All right. The energy is gaining momentum, and it is. The moon. This is definitely moon energy. It is gaining momentum and it's accelerating quickly. So if you see things coming in really, really quickly, don't be afraid of that. That's going to be something new. That is something that is accelerating. This is the Taurus energy. This is the eclipse, the full moon. It is also a lot of what the planets are going on with sextiles and squares and trines that are happening, especially with Mercury. So please don't be fearful if things begin to accelerate fast. Have faith, have trust, and know that divine is working in this synchronistic events. Know that he's working on you getting rid of your emotional baggage so he can take you to another level. And he's trying to show you love so that you show others love. That's the number one thing. Okay, so be kind to yourself, love those around you. And in this new uncharted waters, don't be fearful. Just embrace it and keep moving forward. Even if your insides are a little nervous, as long as it's in love, you're on the right track. All right. Take care, you guys. Have a great week. Don't forget, full moon energy, 18th or 19th. Please subscribe. You'll know when I'm on. And we will see you then. Otherwise, that's your next reading. Take care. Walk in absolute truth and love. Bye-bye.